All right, guys. I know I've talked about it before about how I have the best neighbors in the world, but I literally do. I told my husband I was going to make, well, okay, so I got up at 4 o'clock this morning to put on a roast, and I had potatoes in my pantry. I was planning on doing mashed potatoes and a Mississippi roast today because my oldest son has been wanting to use the Christmas china, so I told him I would make him a fancy dinner. So I got up at 4 this morning to put the roast on, went back to bed, had potatoes in the pantry, was not worried about it, just pulled out the potatoes to make the mashed potatoes, and all of my potatoes had like huge roots growing out of them. Didn't even check before. For some reason, I think it's because it's just so, maybe it's because it's so humid here, but for some reason, our potatoes go bad so quickly. Every time I get potatoes, I feel like I remember when I was a kid, we would keep the same bag of potatoes for months and they never went bad. But maybe my mom was just buying new ones and I never paid attention because I was a kid. But anyway, so now I am peeling potatoes that I just got from my neighbor. I texted my neighbor and I was like, hey, do you happen to have a potato I could borrow? She offered me more. But my boys don't really eat mashed potatoes, and my husband and I can share one, but she ended up giving us 2, and still offered more, which is very sweet. We have the most giving and kind neighbors, and I'm so grateful for it. If you have neighbors that you want to befriend, you don't know how to do it, or you don't know where to start, I read this book. It's called Whenever I First Moved to This Neighborhood, because our old neighborhood, we weren't close with any of our neighbors. Nobody talked to each other. And that's just not the way I wanted to raise my children. So I read this book right before we moved here because I was like, this is a fresh start. We can start over. We can figure out how to befriend our neighbors. And it's by Jenny Allen, and it's called like Building Your Community. What is it? It's all about building community, how to find your people, maybe how to find my people, something like that. I'll link to it in the bio. But anyway, so it talks about how if you're not sure where to start, go ask your neighbor for like a tablespoon of vanilla or for like a cup of sugar or a cup of milk or whatever it is. Like, go ask your neighbor, because then that opens up your relationship a little bit and it allows them to feel comfortable asking you for something. And we have like now we're close with or friends with all of our neighbors. So we have like a group chat with everyone, and people, whenever anybody needs anything, they just write in the group chat now. But yeah, it's a really great way to start community, because it allows people to know that you're there, like you're going to lean on them for help and they can lean on you for help. And you just kind of have to open yourself up to that kind of thing. And I don't know, it's just nice. It's nice having people to do life with and people that you can count on whenever you need help. Because like right now, we just wouldn't have had potatoes because I don't have time. We have church in a couple of hours and I don't have time to run to the store right now. So if your neighbor has a couple of extra potatoes, you guys can help each other out. But yeah, so now I'm gonna dice these up and I'm going to throw them. I already have my water boiling. I started doing these in the Dutch oven. Oh gosh, my tripod. I started doing that in the Dutch oven, but today I opted for the crock pot because I was going back to sleep and I didn't want the oven. I mean, I don't know if there's really a difference between having that running while I'm asleep or having the oven running while I'm asleep, but I really didn't want the oven running while I was asleep because for some reason that just felt a little scary to me. But anyway, so now I'm just gonna rough chop these up. I usually do like inch cubes because they will steam really quickly. I just started using my steamer, so I never really used my steamer before. And I don't know why. I don't really know why I wasn't using it. I always like baked potatoes or baked sweet potatoes. And the steamer is so much better. I feel like it goes so much quicker. Or I would like boil, if I was doing mashed potatoes, I would boil them. That was a nightmare. I don't know why I did it that way. I don't know why I didn't just use my steamer. Then you don't have to strain the water. They don't get all soggy. They're so much creamier, in my opinion. But this was quick and easy, and I'm grateful for my neighbors. All right, moving on to the next topic. I have been doing more and more thinking about what I'm going to be doing this year, what CozyCornerCK is going to look like, what the YouTube channel is going to look like, what my Etsy shop is going to look like, what my Instagram is going to look like. And I really want to do more with it this coming year. I do miss having my shop, so I'm going to open that again. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to look like. I'm thinking it's probably going to look like quarterly drops of different things. I'm probably going to eventually be doing more than just bags. So the problem with bags is that they're pretty expensive to make and they take a long time. And, you know, people are only willing to pay so much for project bags. And it's just expensive to make them. And they're fun to make, but I just feel like I can't make enough and sell enough quickly enough to really make it worth it to be the only thing that I am making. Okay, so I put my potatoes on, and now I'm gonna put the lid on. And I'd like to have like a little bit more freedom to be more creative. I have no idea what that's gonna look like yet. I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes and see how it is in 15 minutes. I just don't really know what that's gonna look like yet. I don't know if that's gonna look like me knitting and crocheting for the site, or for the shop. I just don't know yet. So we're gonna have lunch in probably about 20 minutes. As soon as I get done with the potatoes, we'll have lunch. And then we're gonna get ready. We're gonna go to church. And then tonight we have a Christmas party. I'm probably gonna be posting this pretty late. I didn't post the one for today or for yesterday until this morning. And now it sounds like my boys are fighting. So this is a good time to sign off. I will talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Hey guys, we just got back from a Christmas party at our friend's house. It was so fun. We had such a good time. We haven't seen those friends in a while. They moved away. They were our neighbor, but then they moved. So we just went and it was a blast. All of our neighbors, because we used to all go to their house for a Christmas party when they lived here. And so they invited all of our neighbors. And so we all went and it was so fun. It was good to see them again. And they had delicious food. They had music, they were dancing, it was so fun. And then they had cookie decorating for our boys. All of our neighbors are great with our boys and our boys love them all, so they were all playing. And then tomorrow we have another party, which I'm really excited about. We also have a doctor's appointment, which I am not excited about, but it's not bad. It's just a follow-up for my son's ear infection. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go wrap presents. This is probably a very quick one today. I don't remember what else I recorded. We had church earlier. It's been a good day. It's been a long day. It's been a good day. And we had our first meal on our Christmas china. I was so excited about that. But anyway, I'm gonna go wrap presents and then I am going to bed. I've been up since like 4:30, so I am ready for bed. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye.